about 37,000 pesos. It is exactly round-trip ticket for Nagoya, Cebu, straight flight. So, I asked my close friend in Nagoya, by this particular date, you give this envelope to this particular lady in Okazaki. And I bought the ticket, actually. I went to Ormoc, I found out the daughter, the youngest, and I asked, mag-graduate ka ba talaga? Sabi ko, sino po kayo? Sabi ko, hindi kailangan malaman mo kung sino to, kaibigan ako ng nanay mo. Mag-graduate ka ba talaga? Mag-graduate ako, sir, valedictorian ako, dahil talagang ginawa kong lahat sa pawis at luha ng aking nanay. To cut the story, she flew in. She was given the ticket. She was already retiring from work because she was too old to work. But attaching herself to another Filipino community and a family as lavandera was the only source of income for her to pay the tuition fee of her youngest daughter in Ormoc. She could not come home because the salary was too meager for a round-trip ticket. But Okazaki community blessed me with a ticket. Instead of appropriating it, I paid it forward as a gift. I was in Ormoc during the graduation, and only during that graduation, the youngest daughter came to know that I was a priest. At sinabihan niya namin niya, nagsinungaling si Sir O. Hindi siya nagsabi na pare siya. And then, sumagot ang nanay, kaya talaga yan. Hindi namin kilala pare siya. Kasi naka-t-shirt lang siya, kahit lamig doon sa amin, naka-t-shirt lang siya, parang ang tapang-tapang niya. Walang talagang nakakaalam, pare. Hinahanap namin kung saan yung pare namin, bigla na lang siya nagsitana, ang ganda ng sitana. Yung gold was my chasuble, that gold, all of a sudden I wore it and everyone was shocked. For members of the community whose parents are working somewhere, life is not easy. Instead of bringing mom and dad coming home, you have to bring your heart and your life to your father and mother every day. Work hard. That has been the spirit of the community. Help each other, because without that, we cannot survive. That's introduction. Jesus, a new vision of a community. There are three messages that I wish to convey to you, my beloveds. The first one, Jesus' community was a community of compassion, because no one was a perfect man. Communion of compassion, because no one was a perfectionist. Browse the whole scripture. Everyone was outsider in Jesus' community. But Jesus primarily entertained, embraced, welcomed, accept all those considered not worthy by the secular standards or by religious institutions during his time. One of us, after the first embrace, asked me, Father, what happened to our different communities if we continue this? Are we going to become one? I said, no, we don't have to become one. Because every one of us are actually graced with unique gifts. Aleks Gaut is not Ryan. Neither Ryan is Pacho or Pacho is Ivy Rose. No, every one of us are imbued by gift distinct. So we cannot be one. We should be different because that differences becomes the oasis of wealth and richness, the spiritual wealth that we share to each other. That spiritual sharing becomes the wealth which will promote a perfect communion in our communities. Do not worry. The Spirit will make us free. The Spirit at the same time make us one. Just allow the Spirit to imbue us and drive us, and everything will become one. Jesus' community was a community of compassion. And that would be the very spirit of all our communities. The second point of the first item, I still remember Daddy Hiron called my attention because Catholic Charismatic Armenians was quite strict community. It was very strict community. No special relationships, and all of a sudden, he heard someone is in relationship with another, both members of the community. And he called me and scolded me. What happened? Why you did not follow all the rules? Actually, I was about to answer him using the wisdom of Tata a while ago. If nobody is in relationship, no one will be worshiping God after us. That's why last time, when everyone was looking at children, because they were very noisy during my home, I said, don't ever stare at them. They are mine. And allow them to play. Because once you scold them, and they will know that God is a scolding God. But the promise is with us. This year is a year for the youth. And I'm very happy that we are still young at heart. I have my classmate. He was the upaw, and all my friends, he was the upaw. And when he came and arrived here, he said, mas pangit ka na. Tiguan na ko, batik na, wala na kong buhok. I said, you have to be very happy because you have one close disciple now, and your disciple is me. At least I have still some here, but you, wala na yun. But, again, our community and the community of Jesus, I suppose, was a community where hope flourished. Everyone is given the chance. And every one of us here gathered simply because we were given chances. And we encountered God in those chances. And if the revelation sharing of palm was correct while ago, yes, the other day we have the fire come. And I was extremely happy because there were almost 50. Imagine, we don't have students in the University of San Carlos now. 4 years are about to go. We have only alien first years. We don't know how many first years to come in our portals. But there were 50 Catholic Charismatic Carolinians. Yes, there is a hope flourishing in this university. So I'll tell them, I told them, we have a practice. Just write a note and ask or knock at my door. We want to have class 2 class visit. I will cancel all the teachers. You go in and talk. So that Catholicity, Christianity, faith, Catholic Charismatic Carolinian still alive in Talamban campus. Because if it is true that we discover God here, what we discover here is the God whom we go and share later out there. And there is no other way around. In my homily a while ago, once we discover and commit ourselves, there is no turning back. That's community, a communion in compassion. The second community, the second perspective of Jesus' community was, no one is holy among us, I suppose. Every one of us somewhere, somehow has been betraying the Lord. But we have been purified. The second message I want you to remember at this point of time, since this is also the Lenten season, the most beautiful season of the year, not Christmas. We are persons who are purified and transcended by the Lord. Somewhere, somehow, the Lord picked us up from the wretchedness of our walking with Him. And He was so happy to embrace every one of us. That's why we are a community purified and made transcendent by God's love. The song goes, while ago, I quote, "The Savior of the world was fallen in order for us to be redeemed. Unforgiven because you were forsaken, unaccepted, you were condemned, and I'm alive, your spirit is within me, because you died and rose again." And go, amazing love, how can it be? You're my King who died for me. Amazing love, I know it's true. It's my joy to honor you. In all power, I honor you. Yes, the amazing love of God. We were falling, and He was there. To all those visitors I had from the northern Philippines, I said, because of the question, what was the inspiration of that? And I told them, this church was made church by the students, not by me. I have no idea whether or not to convert this giant building, a haunted house then, used only for PE classes, into a church of St. Arnold and St. Joseph. But students of this university, from this campus, whispered to Catholic Charismatic Carolinians, "Can you suggest that Father Aleks, we celebrate the holiday here in Misa de Gallo?" We did it. That's why this is the living testimony that you were transcended by God and chosen to convert Talamban campus into what it is today. This church is the living proof of it. Why? I suppose you have witnessed that Lord hanging helpless. If I were to define love according to the definition of a movie I watched, love is caring for other people more than ourselves. And the second, love is taking other people as a reason to die for. And that's the definition of that cross. It is a community of God dies for us in order to purify us as a community and transcending us. Ryan talked about the small jar. Terence was talking about you sing here and people hear there. Gifts received are not for personal consumption. The last message This community, every one of us, Sacred Heart Charismatic Community, Fire of God Ministry Community, Catholic Charismatic Carolinian Community. We are monks. We are not monks. Let the pink sisters kneeling down there and let the other monastery bombarding heaven from their cloistered life. But you and me, we are active missionaries. Saint Pope John Paul II, if you don't believe me, read Christi Fidelis Life. Since we are a community of Jesus, we are a communion because of love, and we have been purified and transcended, and we are mission. Christi Fidelis Life talks something very beautiful. Now, since majority of us attending this second embrace are young professionals, listen carefully to the message of the late Saint John Paul II. As someone who has seen God, as someone who has been loved by God, as someone who has been commissioned by God, our mission is to baptize our working places with the very Spirit you encounter here. Let the fire that imbues even call centers, offices, classrooms, families, homes that you visit every single day, even if we call it earning living. Yes, we have to earn living, but we are not earning living only for our personal consumption alone. Our earning living process is also a missionary life. It is there we witness Jesus. It is there we witness His gospel. It is there we live His message. That was the message of late Saint John Paul II. Imagine, in an accountant office, or accountancy firm, or in a law firm, or in any institutions, or in any homes, we bring the fire, we bring the love, we bring Jesus. What a beautiful world we could create because of the power of God. That's the first mission of every one of us. The second mission, this is refreshing of what I used to share. When Daddy Hiron was still here, and then I noticed that there were only 2 or 3 people share and giving talks. So I thought to him, Father, can I say something? What? I said, can we also just invite any of the young members of the community to give talks? No, they are not experienced. I said, they will not be experienced if they are not given chances. Why you are so stubborn? I said, yeah, you told me stupid, you told me stubborn, so be it. And I will prove that I'm really stubborn. What do you want? I said, yeah, just give chances to anybody who wants to be speaker during Friday worship, prayer meeting. And later on, he became so serious. And he said, can you explain again to me why you were so stubborn? And then I told him, I believe in one thing. There is no monopoly of revelation from God just for an individual. Every one of us, in a certain degree, captured the light of God and captured His face and see Him, and we are entitled to share it because that's our wealth. Without giving chances, the community will die. If only 1 or 2. My point is that it is not only me who is a divine word missionary. It is also you, because our task is to courageously proclaim in word and deed what we believe in. Particularly in this time around. Oh, I gave a welcome remark today because there is a workshop on doing research on culture and letters in the Philippines, sponsored by the National Commission on Culture. That is why, you know me, I'm crazy, so I challenge all those imagine. They said, we have plenty of money. For the whole Central Visayas, we have plenty of money. Only to find out the money that they referred to was only 2 million. I said, my God, how many hundreds and thousands of universities and colleges here in Central Visayas and Mindanao, only 2 million? 20 pesos, no? Siguro, kada researcher. But I told them like this. I said, I love to watch bloody movies. And one of my favorite movies is The Last Samurai. Yeah, The Last Samurai. And I said, why I love that movie? Not because of Tom Cruise, not because of Hashimoto, but because of my hermeneutic or interpretation of the movie. Advancement is always associated with something Western. Advancement is always associated with high-end technology. Advancement is always when we are owning the blueprints dictated to us by outsiders. Having been bringing in American armed forces, architects from France, engineers from Germany and Holland, Hashimoto stood for something different in life. He defended the traditionality of the Japanese soul. In the mountains of Japan, he gathered the remnants of the faithful to a culture, to a way of life, to a soul. With his samurai, with his sword, he defended his soul. And when the time for him to put his last breath in defense of a soul, it was a foreigner relinquished the so-called samurai, the greatest service to culture, soul, and humanity. And pay attention to what that young emperor said to Tom Cruise and all those high-rank positions in the imperial palace. We cannot forget where we come from. We cannot forget who we are. We cannot forget that we are Japanese. Accepting the samurai, he defied what is foreign. Living in contemporary time is a real battle. You know that. In just single click, we are both in heaven and in hell. You heard about online things, issues in Cebu, in Cordova. That's how young life has been bombarded by all the challenges of advancement. But we cannot lose our soul. We cannot lose and we cannot afford to lose who we are. That's why the mission and third mission for every one of us, we are alternative persons because we have been claimed to be alter Christus. And that's the fruit of being a community. We are another Christ sent by the Father to the world, in the world, so that we can transform the world just like God transcended us. The last point. There is freedom. Yes, there is freedom. But let our freedom be a freedom with and of God. It cannot just be any freedom. All my favorite philosophers are promoting absolute freedom to the extent defying and denying God. But real freedom is not running away from God, but attaching to God. And that's what makes us a community. When we have the courage to always attach our individual soul to our colleagues, our co-travelers, do not be afraid. Nothing will be lost. Nothing will be taken away. But everything will be given to us as long as we are free to attach who we are, ourselves, to each other, and particularly to God. That's community. And that was the community that Jesus wants you and me to establish and to live by. Because going back to the very title, Jesus was a new vision of being a community. And I'm praying from the very start of the idea that embrace can be done. I will always pray that a new vision of community, of differences, but appreciating our differences and uniqueness so that we become the richest community of God here in Cebu. God bless each and every one of us.
Offertory, let's open the blessing para malusot sa intercession. parents are present, gather your children first.
Wala akong child.
Huwag dahil ang children mag-adapt na.
Wala akong bata
And
pa
all the
daw ako
parents.
na. Parents ko, apil ka.
All intercessory at the back. If somebody can go up, you go up. Just listen to what I'm saying. Okay. We're going for war. Una niya strange yung portion, no? But this has been called for. Okay. Gingon lang ni Lord is, we call the parents back. And if they are being called back, remember that parents is the most important people in the family. They are the one that does everything, from armory to provision. Next is, the children needs to pray for their parents. They have to come back. One thing you have to pray also. You have to ask the Lord. I'm already giving a specific instruction. Si Dada way limit, pwede siya maka-adapt, maka-pray over on that hand. You have to ask the Lord that when your parents come home, they will bring all the wealth they are meant and blessed to have. Because when they come in, they will put that blessing here. Just check this out. Exodus 12:35 to 36. Diba this is the point when they are supposed to go. Kunya ang mga Egyptian, ilang ipanghatag ang ilang wealth, silver and gold including clothes. Ilang gihatag. So this is the thing. Parents come home not empty-handed. Okay. Kunya, children, you need to call your parents